ladies and gentlemen. The very word secrecy is repugnant in a free and open society, and we are, as a people, inherently and historically opposed to secret societies, to secret oaths, and to secret proceedings. We decided long ago that the dangers of excessive and unwarranted concealment of pertinent facts far outweighed the dangers which are cited to justify it. Even today, there is little value in opposing the threat of a closed society by imitating its arbitrary restrictions. Even today, there is little value in ensuring the survival of our nation if our traditions do not survive with it. And there is very grave danger that an announced need for increased security will be seized upon by those anxious to expand its meaning to the very limits of official censorship and concealment. That I do not intend to permit to the extent that it's in my control. And no official of my administration, whether his rank is high or low, civilian or military, should interpret my words here tonight as an excuse to censor the news, to stifle dissent, to cover up our mistakes, or to withhold from the press and the public the facts they deserve to know. For we are opposed around the world by a monolithic and ruthless conspiracy that relies primarily on covert means for expanding its sphere of influence, on infiltration instead of invasion, on subversion instead of elections, on intimidation instead of free choice, on guerrillas by night instead of armies by day. It is a system which has conscripted vast human and material resources into the building of a tightly knit, highly efficient machine that combines military, diplomatic, intelligence, economic, scientific, and political operations. Its preparations are concealed, not published. Its mistakes are buried, not headlined. Its dissenters are silenced. I am not asking your newspapers to support an administration, but I am asking your help in the tremendous task of informing and alerting the American people.
And do you intend also, if India wins its independence, to abolish child marriages?
I should very much like to, even before.
Do you expect England this time will give India full self-government?
That also is more than I can say.
But you are hopeful.
I am an optimist.
Well, I don't think of love as, in this context, as emotional bosh. I don't think of it as a weak force. But I think of love as something strong and that organizes itself into powerful direct action. This is what I tried to teach in the struggle in the South, that we are not engaged in a struggle that means we sit down and do nothing. That there's a great deal of difference between non-resistance to evil and non-violent resistance. Non-resistance leaves you in a state of stagnant passivity and deadened complacency, wherein non-violent resistance means that you do resist in a very strong and determined manner.
Think of it, we have this poster that says, "War is over if you want it." We all sit round pointing fingers at Nixon and the leaders of the country saying, he gave us peace or he gave us war. It's our responsibility what happens around the world, in every other country as well as your own. It's our responsibility for Vietnam and Biafra and Israel war and all the other wars that we don't quite hear about. It's all our responsibility, and when we all want peace, we'll get it. I support humanity, you know. I don't belong to any left-wing, right-wing, middle-wing, Black Panthers, white Christians, Protestant Catholics, or nothing. People have said we are naive for trying to sell peace like a bar of soap. And I want to ask you, is Mr. Ford naive, or the soap powder factory naive, They're selling the same old soap that's been around for 2,000 years, but it's new blue soap. So we're selling new blue peace, and we hope some of you buy it, you know.
I believe that Gandhi's views were the most enlightened of all the political men in our time. We should strive to do things in his spirit, not to use violence in fighting for our cause, but by non-participation in anything you believe is evil.
And I will tell you, what are you supposed to do? Well, after some of the lectures, I used to end at this point. You know, when I see people crying, I figure it's time to get out. But that's not the point. The point isn't to instill fear, and the point isn't to make you upset, although it's good if you feel that, because otherwise you'll do nothing. You'll be the blind sheep, the sheeple, as David Icke calls you. And so the point is, and here's a big point, and I hope you listen carefully, none of this would happen if it were not for the victimization mentality of humanity that attracts the oppressors and the tyrants. You receive in life and create in life what you project out. The mind is everything. If you have fear and you feel like a victim, then you will be a victim. If you remove the victimization mentality, then none of this can happen. If tomorrow morning all 6.3 billion people on the world woke up and had eliminated their mind patterns of victimization, the Illuminati would go away. They would, because they would have no one to be oppressing. But that is not likely to happen. Is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. Is it likely? No. In fact, I don't think it will happen for quite a number of years. But you have to start somewhere. Each one of you is individually responsible for being part of the collective. And so if each one of you works on eliminating the victimization mentality, and you teach that to others, like the commercial says, and so on, eventually it will reach a critical mass that will spill over to the others, and then this will come to an end. But that's up to each individual. You're not going to win with violence. You're not going to win with committing suicide. You're not going to win with fear. But you will win with analyzing who and what you are and becoming that. And that's hopefully what I teach in my seminars and in my lectures when I do healing techniques and mind pattern analysis and in the Healer's Handbook. This is what I'm trying to get across to everybody. Human beings use less than 10% of their brain capacity. That's 90% of your brain you're not using. Imagine what you can do if you open up even a portion of that. That's what I'm asking you to do. Open up the part of your brain you're not using and eliminate the negativity in the parts you are using. And then all of this will turn around. So people ask, who's the hope? Every single one of you. Are there space brothers coming to save us? No. That's all an illusion. That's all disinformation designed to make you think if you do nothing and wait long enough, you'll be rescued. But by the time you realize you've been an idiot, it's too late.
Vote for them, they might get in. It doesn't matter! They're masks on the same face. So what if they get in? Same thing will bloody happen. Comply! No! No, no! Not if it's enslaving me and my children and imposing on my freedom. Comply! Leave your home now it's foreclosed. No! 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 Let's follow this through, shall we? Millions of people in the world are losing their homes, being foreclosed, and ending up homeless. Let's follow this through. Why have you lost your home, my friend? Because I can't pay me mortgage. Why can't you pay your mortgage? Because I lost my job. Why did you lose your job? Because the great banking collapse, they can't get this, they can't get my company went bust. And who's taking your home away and saying you've got to leave? The banks that caused the frickin' problem. And we are leaving? What are we doing? What are we doing? No, we won't leave when the banks have caused the problem and now they're telling us to leave to take the assets. No, we won't. And people who are not being foreclosed need to support those that are. We're all in this together. Compulsory vaccinations. No, no, no. You must do what we say. We have changed the law. Not if you are imposing on my freedom and my rights to be a free citizen with a free voice. No, no, no. What are they going to do? They come out of Downing Street, whether it's Clegg and his mate bloody Cameron or it's bloody Obama or whoever it is in America, and they say, we've had a discussion and this is what we're going to do. What if vast numbers of people say, well, we ain't doing it? They've got no power whatsoever. Their power comes in our acquiescence. Oh, but you can't defy the law. Okay, let's follow this through, shall we? By the way, while I'm talking, put your arms out and I'll put the handcuffs on, because that's what you're telling me. What you're telling me is this. We have no say in laws that are passed. And then we have to obey those laws. Well, okay, forget freedom then. Okay, what if they passed a law that says, we take your children away? Would you obey it? Well, no. So there is a line then. There is a line. It's just where is that line? And if a law does not respect human freedom, it does not respect human justice, it doesn't respect fair play, we should not be acquiescing to those laws. We should be refusing to acquiesce.
They've thought of everything. They thought they have devices, video devices, that can take you and put you next to Osama bin Laden and have words coming out of your mouth supporting him.